Good afternoon, everybody. How are we this evening? Afternoon. Bodine, how you doing? Oh, help if I change my screen. Been a weird morning. Actually, I was just getting ready to fast forward through the night. That's where I was. Trying to remember where I left off the other day. Haven't played much in the last few days. Wayne Billy Elliott, how you doing? Oh, not too bad. How's it going, Offies? Nico? Off to Fort Fitzgerald with you. Oh,
Hello there.
all kinds of fun in the old hospital this morning. Glad I'm home now. Yeah, Fitzgerald. See if it helps the doctors figure anything out. Oh. Oh, that heat feels good on my back. Trying to remember what I was doing the last time I was in here. That's one of the things I was doing. I gotta sell that boat. Don't need the boat. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I've been dealing with back pain for a long time, and I'm hoping that maybe the doctors can finally figure out the root cause and get me feeling better. Hoping. How's it going, Jaskar? Ooh, about to be able to afford that field. I think I'll get 64, and then I'll work on 71, 72 maybe. I think that's what I'll work on. You're set up there. I think I have... Not that one. Ooh, that's not good, Bodine. Yeah, I don't know really what's going on with mine yet, but hopefully they can figure it out. How's it going, HK Does? That's right, I need to sell that and get the other version. Texas Toast, thank you for that host. How are you doing? Yeah, let's go get this out front. You need to go to the shop. Go get me a plow for this area. Have I checked on the animals yet lately? Okay, they're good. Oh, that's right. Boomhauer was having issues with that the other night. And I meant to go take a look at my pigs to see if they were still doing the same thing. But I don't have any vehicles for that around my other farm. I suppose that means I need a wheel loader. I don't want to spend the money. I just need a bucket. That's all I need is a bucket. Because I should have a loader here. You'll head rods putting. Ooh. Scoliosis E. Yeah. I don't know. I'm waiting for the doctors. They did a bunch of x-rays today and biopsy and blood draws, and we'll see what they say. I know the last time I spoke to How's it going, Scurvy? I know when my chiropractor seems to think I'm losing curvature in my spine between my neck and upper shoulder area. We'll see what the x-rays say. Oh, I appreciate that. As long as they can figure out what's going on and come up with a plan, I'll be happy. If it gets me back to work, even better. Oppies, thank you for that 10 bits. I appreciate that. Who knows, maybe I'll even just make the decision to change careers. Go back to school and get my programming certifications. Got your chat pad yesterday? Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm looking at changing up my computer setup for my... Right now I'm using my TV and talking to my wife, and now we're looking at setting myself up on a desk underneath the stairs like a troll. But that means I'd need monitors and a chair and all that good stuff. Be like the troll under the bridge. If anybody has any good gaming chair setups or decently comfortable computer chairs, I would appreciate some recommendations. You haven't been on the farm since Christmas morning? I've honestly spent the last few days just, I don't know why Boom was having issues with his manure. Unless I have a different pig pen than he does. Maybe he had an older version of it or something. I don't know. Interesting. Reminds me, I need to look. I think I skimped out when I put that mod together, and it says 4,000. Hey, how's it going, Wolfie? ATS's fault? Yep. I believe it, Bodine. I'm just waiting on a couple of things myself, and I'll be doing a lot more of the ATS setup. Get that all squared away for everybody to start scheduling some convoys. It's good to hear, Wolfie. Just on your farm yesterday. Actually play finally. Other games took me away for a few weeks. I hear that completely, Scurvy. Between ATS and Transport Fever 2, I took a little bit of a break from Farm Sim. I can't tell which trailer I'm on. There we go, now I can see which one I'm on. Or kind of tell which one I'm on. Oh, a big field. Yay. I should say another big field. Anyone know if they make any good steering wheels where the pedals aren't required? I'm pretty sure you can use just about any set of steering wheels without the pedals. It's all in how you have it set up. ATS looks like a fun game. I feel like it's nickel and dime with all the states as DLCs. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that point of view, Jaskar. But at the same time, they do offer some discounted packs, and they aren't charging near what full price would be for a game. You bought Satisfactory instead? Yep, that's a dangerous game, Satisfactory. I'll admit, I sunk a lot of hours into that in a short time. I sure did. I'm still trying to decide exactly how I want to set up my final factory. Or main factory, I should say, not my final one. Once I have that, I'll get back to work on it. Just deciding if I want to incorporate a train, how many trains, how I want to have it all set up. A lot of back and forth in my head. Put a pick on Discord of that train mod with what I thought. 50-inch tires, but another 7. I did see that, Scurvy. I have now picked up SnowRunner and all of its DLCs. So I may spread that in as well, but I did see that mod. It's dangerous when you buy both in the same week. Yes it is. Yes it is. But, yeah, Scurvy, I spent probably an hour yesterday perusing through the SnowRunner mods and seeing what's what. I haven't really gotten into game because I'm going to have to start over from where I was on console, unfortunately. Wish there was a way to port my save over from PS4. That'd be so nice. Wouldn't have to start from scratch again, because I did a lot of missions. I got probably 200 hours in that game on PS4. I'm just kind of waiting for the steering wheel to show up, and once it does, I'll probably start adding in some ATS and maybe some SnowRunner occasionally, just to see how badly I can get stuck. And keep in mind that trays you can't use yet unless you download the public test server. Yeah, it's a good possibility. I want to stay away from the public test server and just stay on regular server. It looks a little too long and unwieldy, but it is a cool looking mod. Oh, just sampling a field. Holy cow. This field's gonna take forever. I bought the Logitech G29 right now, or at least as of yesterday. Amazon was running a special on that. The G29 with the wheel and pedals. And they also had the shifter you could get as part of a kit, you know, a special buy where it was on sale. G29 is the PS4 PC version. The 920, which is the Xbox PC version, was no longer on sale yesterday. So I decided to go with the 29 over the 920. Especially now that I've figured out how to get it so that it actually shows my PlayStation controls in FarmStim instead of Xbox. But I think they had it for something like $160 off. Should be a decent setup. I did a lot of looking at the pros and cons of some of the different steering wheels. I know the Logitech is considered a little bit lower end than some of the other stuff on the market, but it's also a lot cheaper too, without being junk. Some of those Thrustmaster setups can get $600–700 for a setup, and that to me seems excessive. Public test server is always glitchy anyways. I like playing with the news. Yeah, that's another reason why I kind of told myself I wasn't going to do the public test server. Just because that's where you're going to encounter the most glitches, if any. So, I'm not that impatient. I can wait for the new stuff to come out. I can wait. Especially if I'm having to start over, I've got a lot of content to catch up on. So I'm good. I'll take my time. I'll catch up as I catch up. I do have to take a little bit more time though and see if there's some way of possibly getting my save transferred over. Alright. The joys of not having a moderator. And you. Oh, did I really miss that tiny little spot in the middle of the field? I suppose I'll pay the extra 300 bucks. 30 bucks, whatever it is. Hmm. Yeah. Oh. I don't know, maybe I'll even do a little bit of multiplayer SnowRunner at some point too. Thought about getting a wheel, just not sure. I had one for Xbox, never really used it. Yeah, I haven't had a wheel since probably before I had a PlayStation 1. And I used to use it a lot back on PC way back in the day. Playing a lot of, at the time, NASCAR and some of the other different racing games. I used to really enjoy the wheel. It was a lot more immersive of an experience. And I think with playing ATS, SnowRunner, even Farm Sim, I'll find a pretty good balance for using the wheel. So the 920, all right, they did put it back on sale. It was weird because yesterday or whatever it was, the 920 wasn't on sale. The 29 was, the 920 wasn't. Probably just me. That, yeah, exactly, Scurvy. Like I said, the last time I really used the wheel was before the PlayStation 1 was on, was even a console, and PC was the only real gaming point. I had a wheel way back when, and I played it quite a bit. But, well, yeah, Bodine, the G920 is the Xbox version. The G29 is the PlayStation version. Other than that, they're almost identical. The PlayStation version, though, will have a LED bar with the strength of the force feedback, and it's got an extra knob on it, I think, over the Xbox version. But essentially, they're the same wheel. They just have um, different numbers associated with them. I may or may not have spent a lot of time trying to figure that out yesterday, going, why is a 920 and a 29 coming up separate? Then again, I do silly things like that. I do know both versions work fine on the PC, so in my case I have PlayStation and not Xbox, so that version I can use on the PlayStation as well. So I'll keep that. It's one of the reasons why I went with that one over the other version. Maybe it would have to be the... Yeah, exactly, Scurvy. I have a PlayStation, so I got that version. If I had an Xbox, I might have gotten that one instead. But it ultimately comes down to... Thank you for that follow, ST3 Fan 007. How are you doing this afternoon? If I had if I didn't have a PlayStation, I probably would have gone for the Xbox version. Mm. You're on PC? Yeah, same here. I'm playing on PC. We've just been talking about the different steering wheels and their merits. Exactly, Scurvy. If I'm gonna spend that kind of money, I'm gonna want to get as much out of it as possible. That's how I feel about it. I was looking yesterday. I was watching another streamer on Twitch, and he was talking about different shifters you can get for or different handles for the shifter. I started going down that road and went, nope, nope, don't do it. You don't need one. Don't do it. You've got other buttons. Don't slip down that hole. I managed to talk myself out of buying one. But I'll tell you what, those different handles for like the big rigs and stuff like that, where they'd have the high-low switches and the Jake brake buttons and stuff, they're more expensive than the shifter. It was crazy. Used to work at Toys R Us before they went belly up. Just not those. Yeah, that's one of those stores that my kids will never know the joys of. It's a
Right.
Boomhauer. It's a Boomhauer.
Mm,
How is Boomhauer today?
Alright.
You're alright. Did you just wake up?
Pretty much.
How'd stream go for you last night?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Nice. Good to hear. Yeah, I was just sitting here waiting for the anesthesia to wear
Hey.
off and stuff, and decided I'd start streaming.
Mm.
Spent a lovely 3 hours wandering from department to department at the hospital this morning.
Mm-hmm. Always.
Yep. Seen a pic on Facebook. They went to junkyard and found car parts to go with the wheel setup. Nice. Payday, my check was usually spent. Yeah, that would definitely be one of those stores that would be dangerous to work at. For me, though, probably the most dangerous store to work at would be like the Lego store.
Right. Hey, Wolfie, Billy.
Because I feel like I wouldn't be able to prevent myself from buying a lot of Lego sets. I know I look at them now and go like, ooh, geez, that'd be a nice set to have. No, I don't want to spend $400 on a Lego set. I'm 38 years old. I've grown out of
Right?
those. I've grown out of
Right.
those.
Or I should have.
I should have, yeah, exactly. But no, it's like looking at the bucket wheel excavators and some of those things. It's like, that'd be a really fun set to play with. Wait,
Mm-hmm.
I'm 38. My son would really like to play with that, but I'd probably beat him to it.
Hey.
Thought since Xbox and was both, it didn't matter which steering wheel I brought, but apparently there are wheels which are only available for Xbox. Oh, that's a bummer, Nico. Buying PC fans to put behind the vents for air. Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess that's where that saying comes from. You're only as old as you feel. on the inside,
Right.
which I guess makes me about 73. All hyped yesterday, the wheel came in. That's a bummer. Which wheel did you get, Nico? And mine's supposed to be in between this Wednesday and next Tuesday. The Ferrari 458 Spider. I have not seen that one, but
Yep. I've heard of them. They were sets for
oh,
X.
yeah.
Crap, that's loud. I hear it
Yep.
through freaking Discord.
Thanks for that, Oppies. Yeah, I probably got to go in and tweak some of those volumes.
I
But
leave them alone.
yeah, it is what it is. Yep, it is what it is. Till my ears bleed, I guess it's not that bad. Right?
Somebody put out a mod to get rid of the gas pillars, the fart things on Satisfactory.
Alright, that's just cheating. I will call that. That is cheating. Wolfie, thank you for that jump scare. You ordered the Thrustmaster TMX Force. Nice. That's a pretty decent wheel from what I understand.
Yeah.
I was looking at the Thrustmasters versus the Logitech yesterday, or the day before. Yesterday. And I settled on the Logitech. Settled on Logitech and said that'll be good enough for now. If I find I'm really using it and really getting the money's worth out of it, maybe I'll upgrade to a Thrustmaster later on. But for the price point I was in, a lot of the reviews said the Thrustmasters in that price range were pretty cheap feeling versus the Logitech, so we'll see. Bodine Boom said he was watching your stream, Boom, from last night before Darius went live. Nick the Hick, I guess, did a review of the multi-cheat mod, if you want to know what it is. And, question, did you ever figure out what was going on with the pig farm, Where you couldn't get the,
No, I gotta look at it. I'm pretty sure there's an update for it. Or maybe it was just saying that it needed to be updated because I added the Max Animal Lula.
well, see, I didn't bother with the Max Animal Lure, I just went in and changed the thing, because if it's added to your base map, you don't have to change it in the actual file. Because the map determines that, from what I understand.
Right.
But yeah, because I've got the Lone Oak Pig Husbandry, and I have no issues whatsoever pulling manure out.
Oh.
I actually went on earlier and tested it because I was like, well, Boom was having issues with it. I need to hurry up and get back to my other truck so I can fast forward through the night. Get it back to a daylight. No, I spent some time too this morning looking at monitors. I think I'm gonna move my computer and set up with some actual computer monitors. Get away from the the giant TV that I can barely read some of the writing on.
Right.
Get myself back to a dual monitor setup. I was looking at them, and I think I got I have 4 or 5 decent options now. I need to read the reviews and decide which one's going to be the best one for me. And if I want to go with 2 of the same, or if I want to get one better one for my main screen and then just a secondary screen.
Right. I'm thinking about grabbing my brother's other TV. He's had a TV down here in the box for going on 3 years.
Well, I'd say at this point it's fair game.
That's kind of what I'm going with. I mean, I've asked him about it a couple times and he never gives me an answer, so I'm tired of waiting.
Yeah. Yeah, no, in this case I've got a space. I just gotta clean that space out, and I can build a desk in there and set up. I gotta find a decent computer chair and all that stuff though, so take a look at things and finders keepers, exactly.
Part of me thinks he completely forgot about it.
Then I would stop reminding him and just start using it.
That's kind of what I'm going with.
If he's forgotten about it, that's his own darn fault.
Worst case, I've got to buy him a new one.
Yep, if he ever remembers.
Right. I don't even know why he got it. I really don't.
Alright, let's fast forward through the night. Get that over with. So we can get to a point where I can see again.
I just gotta... If I do use it, I've gotta move wall mounts around.
Alright, so what's that gonna be? Go to about 5:47 in the morning. It's gonna be 9 hours.
I'm not sure when it gets starts to lighten up.
Well, it's early spring. It should be getting light fairly early. I also have a lot of animals in semi-bright areas to deal with.
Right.
Apparently my math is horrible.
I was gonna say you should be able to walk out and then come back in. Yep.
It's a Monday on a Tuesday, forgive my math. 18 to 24, not 18 to 22, dummy. Yep. Alright,
I
so...
always end up eating through.
Now, drop it back here. Thank you, Mr. Stupid Worker.
Mm-hmm.
Plow that field under, please. That'll work there. I sent one over to the shop over here. I need a plow. Hopefully I can get one that's not doing a lot of plowing down there. Do I have one of those yet? No. I go with that plow. Why not? And while I'm here, I should probably get another cultivator, because I will need a second cultivator. Yeah, I'll go with the black one. Why not? There. It'll work. At least to get it back to the farmyard.
Right.
I don't remember where I found that mod, but... what I need to decide, really, is what, Dusty Lane, right? Dusty Lane, yes. To the farm. Undelay.
Right.
I need to decide what, um, brand of equipment I want to use at Piper.
Mm.
That's what I gotta do. Chickens, chickens, chickens. Bark, 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 bark. Sometimes I miss chickens, other times I don't miss chickens. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gotta turn on super strength. So I can feed the chickens. I kinda relate. They full? Full. Okie dokie.
Mm.
Yeah, that was probably the worst. Neighbors with them in their cupboards. Like, seriously? Chickens are nasty.
Right. Not as nasty as ducks.
When they're in your kitchen cupboards, it doesn't matter how nasty they are. Looks like I need to go pick up another load of goat food. Maybe we'll ask JD if he's got a list of all the files I need to add for that. Start buying this stuff in bulk. Make life a little bit easier. Sheep are good. Yeah, sheep are good. That's right. I don't have to worry about cleaning the sheep and the goats. Unless
Yeah,
they...
you do.
No, I don't.
Yes. Oh, you put something in there?
No, I just turned it off.
Oh.
I went in and removed that line. Because I took the... I wonder if this will work.
Nope. I'd be surprised if it did.
No. It'd be funny if it did. You gotta admit, that would be funny if it did. But nah, it was such a pain to deal with that small little space. Because I hadn't thought at the time about the, there goes the dog. About the broom.
Oh.
So, without knowing about it, without thinking about the broom. I was like, well, how am I gonna clean these things out all the time? Didn't feel like dealing with it, so I just said, you know what? I'm gonna go into the XML and I'm gonna make this easy on myself.
I just use a,
Of course, you didn't get any of the edges of the field, stupid worker. Sam, you're useless. You're fired.
no boating. I live in a very, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Wow, I didn't die. Uh,
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I didn't die.
well, I keep forgetting what this,
Is
the,
that
the
Zarian still not made? Jesus, dude.
more
How slow are
factory
you going?
mine. Uh, I live in a really rural area where there is a bunch of, uh, farmland.
Alright, I need to figure out what's going on with 68. Was 68 planted with something? No, it's withered. So I guess I need to decide what I'm going to put for equipment over there. Oh, that's right. I thought I figured I was going to go Fent. I think that's what I'm going to do, Fent. What do you think, chat? Fent or New Holland? Because I really don't know what I want to stick over there. I need to figure it out. What I want to set for equipment over there. I mean, I guess I could go case potentially too. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, I need to keep track of how long I've been streaming for. An hour already. Holy cow. Hour already. Where did that time go? Wayne Billy Elliott says New Holland. Wayne says New Holland. Maybe. I could probably get by with New Holland. Did I even send off the soil tests? No. You
Probably
dummy.
not.
You numpty. Alright. Soil samples are now sent. Looks like it's going to be mostly loam over here, huh? I need to... Mostly loam. Huh. Down below is loamy sand. Should be cotton, sugar canes, things like that. Peanuts. Looks like I'll have to do some peanuts over here. Maybe some onions. Yeah, because rice and stuff will be like that up there. Wheat, just about anything will
Not.
go good over here, I guess. But I know I will definitely need peanuts. Some of that over there. Alright. I guess I'll figure it out as I start planting. They add more Deutz. Really like the Series 9. Yeah. I don't know, I've never Never really looked too close at the Deutz-Fahrers. Problem is the horsepower, you know? Getting up in enough power to be able to do the bigger plows and harrows so that you're not taking forever to do the farm work, right?
Pretty much.
The warrior version. Yeah. That's the big part of it is having enough power. I like to try and stick to tractors that I can get at least 500 horse out of. And I'm not a huge fan of the articulated tractors because the workers tend to be pretty derpy.
Right. That they are.
And for those wondering, yes, I don't have any of the articulated John Deeres. And I did say 500 plus horsepower, but I have tweaked the 8400 to be equivalent to about 550 horsepower. I know it's cheaty, but I just like the way they look. After a wheel loader that doesn't articulate. Well, custom modding. Da 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 da. 8R. Get a front loader attacher on it. Put a big front loader bucket on it, and then all you'd have to do is do the CSZ equipment pack and front loader to wheel loader attachment. Technically, it'd be a wheel loader without being articulated.
Right.
Other than that, I don't know of many wheel loaders that aren't articulated. Just given their sheer size. That's the only thing. I mean, given the sheer size of a wheel loader, they're almost always articulated. I mean, worst case scenario, I know there's plenty of front loader buckets out there with decent capacity on them too. The only issue you might run into with the 8R and the front loader is the height that it'll reach at full lift with the bucket. You might not be able to get it into some of the taller trailers. But you could always use one of the many ramp mods for the concrete ramps, or just landscape a small ramp.
Yeah.
I mean, even this Kloss Torian doesn't quite reach the greatest into the trailers. I thought about putting one of those ramps down here and landscaping a little area out as a kind of a loading zone for the manure. If I did that, though, I might actually go to, like, the 8R instead of the Torian. The high dump bucket, that would work, too. Really? Stupid Class Torian. You're gonna stay stuck to the wall, aren't you? Oh, seriously? Come on. Oh, boo to you. Yeah. There is that too, the telehandlers. Really? There we go. Stupid bucket. Got stuck on the wall. It dumped a pile on the backside. Yeah. There is the telehandler option. Then you don't have to worry about reach. It's always going to reach. Oh, it's full. It's full. You need to go to the BGA so you can be unloaded. Alright. While this is running down there, I think I'm gonna start trying something different, and I'm gonna start doing the ad breaks instead of pre-rolling all the ads so that people don't get stuck with them the minute they walk in. So I'm gonna run a quick 60-second ad break while I'm figuring out the rest of the cow situation. No, no, not the cow pasture, that thing. Gotta put in the straw. Like the class telehandler for the fact that it does have the extra EO. That class telehandler does have some reach. That's what you use, right, Boom?
Yeah. It's got the longest reach in the game.
Yeah, not like I need the reach, but
Right.
it's just nice to be able to clean out the cows with it, you know what I mean?
Yep.
That's all I'm really after, something decent size to be able to clean out the cows and deal with the cow manure. Which, worst case scenario, if I had to, I could literally just get a couple of, if I really wanted to, get a couple of, what is it there, conveyor belts.
Yeah.
Just use those. There we go. Cows have straw. Good for another day. My pigs still haven't given birth. They should be. Yep, they'll be giving birth anytime now. Alright, we have a ground temp of 34. Can I start planting anything yet? No, not quite. Not quite plantable yet, but almost. Almost. So, now that that's done, come down here. Finish cultivating up this field, since the worker missed a ton. And oh, that reminds me, I need to check those fields to see how their pH and fertilizer looks. So I have a feeling I'm gonna have to lime and fertilize those fields. That is one thing where I think precision farming kind of drops the ball. You would never ever lime a field after you've planted it. But in order to get the right pH, you've got to plant first. So I think that is one little area where it drops the ball a smidge. Alright, and if I recall, those were a combination of millet. So what? Millet, canola. Millet in
Oh, no.
loam. We're in sandy loam, so it'll be fine there. Millet would. Canola would be fine. Doesn't it just set pH to soil type and not with the crop type? Not quite. The way it works is if you end up trying to lime without a crop in the field, you end up blowing through hundreds of thousands of liters of lime and not actually adjusting the pH. And corn. Corn was the other thing I had there, right? No, it was oat. Oat. Okay, so we're good with those. You can go back to Johnson Farm. Yeah, see, pH is good on all those. Part of me wants to restart your game save now that you know so much more about the map compared to when you started, but the other part of me does. Yeah, I can understand that, Bodine. The real question is, how much have you gotten done versus uh, where you're at? Like, if you were to restart, how much faster do you think you could reach that point? Like, do you have a lot of the different bridges and stuff built already, or have you not gotten to the bridges yet? Things like that. That to me would factor in pretty big in determining whether I restarted or not. Self-propelled sprayer. You, sir, have work to do. Oh, hey, dummy. You have ducks to feed now, too.
Hmm.
Well, I'm so used to not having them that I have
Right.
I've got a routine when it comes to my animals. You just started your first bridge? Well, I mean, just starting your first bridge, you've got a ways to go as far as that goes. It's Where did I leave off with that thing? Thought the duck noise was your hard drive. Sorry about that, Henry. That's actually what, how's it going, Amethyst? That's what reminded me I had to worry about the ducks, was like, hey, you've got ducks. Yeah, see, custom needs to fix that. You cycle through the lights on the 4940, and the side lights don't actually project light at all. I should have plenty of fertilizer in here. I'll send you to field 56 quick. While I go get that Kloss tractor squared away and going. No, wrong thing. You will get started on field 80. I will sacrifice my canola for the greater good. Well, I mean, I didn't know at the time that, no, stop unfolding. Because the computer had planted it, you know?
Right.
I just bought the field because I was paid to plant it, I was paid to fertilize it 3 times, and said, okay, might as well buy it, I've done all the work.
Right.
And now, obviously, clover, I'm not going to do this with a 60% yield right out the gate.
Right.
I don't care if it's already growing, I'm just getting ready to hit planting seasons anyway, and it doesn't matter, it would still be the end of the year before I got a yield out of it. It's not like I could get a yield early on and then, you know what I mean? So I might as well just bite the bullet now. And I'll turn it into a cotton field or something. Since I have not enough cotton. I'm out of cotton.
Crap.
Let's give this thing a try, see how it works. Oh, now I gotta remember what the GPS is. Oh, and I remember I gotta go reset that keybind, because I did have it keybound at one point. Guidance steering. No, it's there, okay. Okay, so left alt C S, yeah. Left alt, not left shift, you dummy. No, I don't want the seasons menu. So what happens when you go too long from playing a game, you forget where you were. Left control S. That's what I wanted. I don't want an offset. Go down just a little bit, and that. Enable guidance steering. I don't care about the terrain angle. Show the lines. Please create a track first. Yeah. I will. Don't you fret none, buddy. Oh no, that's right. I did want snap to terrain angle because it helps keep things in a straight line.
Oops.
What?
Turning that off.
Yeah, once in a while I forget and I turn it off.
Me too. Me too.
I'm gonna expand these two fields together real quick. I figure I really only need a couple of crops out of down here, so I'll probably do cotton in 2 fields. I really don't need sugar cane. I really don't need coffee. I'll probably do cotton in 2 fields. I'll do tobacco in a field, and I'll do poppy maybe in the other.
Right.
Or maybe I'll do 3 cotton. I'll do these 3 fields here, 81, 80, and 82, 83. I'll do all this cotton, and then maybe 77 I'll do as tobacco.
Right.
So I really don't need coffee. I don't care how fast you think your factory's going to go through it. I've got millions of liters of coffee, and I'm not going to sell it
Right.
that fast, so... that says I can probably get away without planting coffee for a while. Let's see if I can find coffee quick while I'm driving here. Coffee. Almost 1,000,000 liters left. After I filled the coffee factory once.
Hmm.
So who knows, maybe I'll buy like field 79 and I'll put coffee in that one or something.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll buy 79, I'll put coffee in it. Once this gets plowed out, I can set the worker to doing the rest of 82. Long as I remember to shut off, allow create fields.
Right.
You ever do that? Turn allow create fields on and then set a worker off onto a field?
Yep.
Makes a bit of a mess, doesn't he?
It does.
Find him halfway across the map. Where the heck you
Yep.
been?
Yep.
Stupid workers. Field ended like 3 fields back, buddy. Okay, so New
Alright,
Holland
that one.
for Piper Farm, huh? You back in Satisfactory, Boom?
Yep. I just got my steel factory running, and it's all a disaster.
It's all a disaster, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do to it now?
No, just the inputs got twisted, and I've
Oh,
got iron on one side and coal on the other, but I need it on both sides. Yeah. Yeah. Enough said.
yep, yep. Yeah, I've got a plan for how I want to set mine up. Is like right now my main floor gets to that corner and then everything drops way down. So what I think I'm gonna
Hmm.
do is I'm gonna have all my inputs come in kind of where I've got it now. I'll have a train set down below that where I can have a couple
Right.
different train lines come in to drop off raw materials. And then I'll have like one floor being like iron and copper, the next floor being uh, other products and stuff, and I'll set like 2 or maybe 3 floors in that area for doing the different raw material processes. And then
Right.
from there, all the ingots and stuff like that can move down into or move up to the main factory floor to be processed
Right.
into different stuff. And I'll have one area be, like I said, towards doing like the turbo motors, and then another area for the supercomputers, because those are currently the two like top tier lines that you got to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course at the same time, as much as I might want to do that, there's also the consideration that I think they said what, February or March they're releasing update 4, which is going to have tier 8 and changes to tier 7.
Right.
So it's like I kind of want to get started on it, but I kind of want to wait for that update. How's it going, Funky
Right.
Rude, dude? So yeah, I'm leaning more towards just waiting,
Right.
and then I'll do it. I'll probably take this to about somewhere in there. And actually, that was another thing I wanted to. Let me disable that quick. Oh, I'd have to get to my desktop for that and do all kinds of stuff. And I don't feel like it. So I won't. I won't, says I. I gotta play around a little bit with, maybe it'll be in here? Oh, it is. Look at that. Oh, I'd still have to get it through. Yeah, I'd still have to add the overlay and all that. Yeah. I'll mess with that later. I am gonna start using Pretzel Rocks, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little bit of background music to help, people relax and chill while they lurk and play Farm Sim or ATS or some Snow Runner.
However
I,
we're doing that day.
I do miss getting stuck horribly on SnowRunner. That'd be another fun. I know that it's only like a 4-person multiplayer you can do, but I think that'd be another fun one to do some of the bigger jobs with a convoy of a couple people.
Right.
Especially when they want you to bring like 10 or 12 or 15 of an item from one spot to another. Convoy it up and have like 4 or 5 items to a person and stuff like that. I did a little bit of multiplayer with it when I was on the PS4.
Mm.
And it did help in some instances, especially with some of the bigger loads. You could have somebody following you around with a crane to help kind of nudge the back of your vehicle around and stuff on some of the tighter areas.
Right. Right.
Some people are inconsiderate phoning when you're trying to watch a stream. I hear that, Henry. Or, sorry, not Henry, Wayne. As a matter of fact, I was actually just about to go live. I got a phone call and my countdown's going. 5 minutes to go before I go live. It's like, really? You've got some bad timing. Don't beep at me like you can't line up. You're right there. Line up. Drive straight.
Figure out what you're doing.
Stupid tractor. That's what GPS is for. Boop.
Right.
I like that they
Right.
use the sound that's the actual like GPS sound for a lot of the auto steers.
Right.
Rip Adobe Flash. That's not a good thing, Henry. What'd you do? I just gotta remember about once every 45 minutes or so to hit an ad break.
Mm.
Wonder if you can automate that.
Nah, sure.
I have to look. Mud Runner worth getting while it's still on sale. $7.49 on both Steam and Epic until the 7th. From what I understand, it was a pretty decent game. I just decided to go with SnowRunner because it was also on sale on Epic. Since
For
it's not
free.
on Steam, uh, yeah, SnowRunner was on sale, and I had a $10 coupon too. So by the time I did that, I got it with all of the season pass type stuff for it was 20 something dollars.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that is one way to look at it. If it's less than $10, it's probably a good bet that you'll get your money's worth out of it at least, especially at that price point. But that's how I always look at a game is, am I going to get my money's worth, and what do I consider that to be? That's basically why I don't ever buy Call of Duty anymore.
Right.
Because I don't feel like I'm going to get a very good price for my money. 297 hours for you on SnowRunner and only 250 on Save Game for. Yeah, exactly. So at 300 hours, even at $50 game, you've gotten a lot of enjoyment out of that $50. It's gone a long ways. Call of Duty, okay, I dropped $60 on a game. 5 hours later, I've beaten the story. I could have spent that money a little better.
Right.
That's the way I look at it. Should be Alt C.
I may not go live tonight.
Oh, after X-Man's done, you mean?
Mm-hmm. Last night I decided to eat a pizza and it was a bad idea.
Not sitting too well.
No, it's my teeth. The
Oh,
whole
yeah.
front and side of my face is swollen.
Well, yeah, if you've got 297 in and you still haven't even finished Season 2, Season 3 is a-coming. Yep. Yeah, so you'll easily get 350, 400 hours. Does the plow work? This one? I don't think this one does work in reverse. Because it won't let you hook it up that way. Unlike that, unlike the other plow that's everybody uses, this one I don't think works in reverse. Because it won't let you hook it up in reverse. Yeah, I mean, it's a decent at 11 meters. I like it because it's nice and straight. And Dusty Lane's going to be my Kloss farm, so it fits with the Kloss theme. Yeah, I did get seeing that, Scurvy. There's a lot of mod maps available. Oh, how far do I want to take this to the edge? That's the real question. About there is good, I think. Oh, bah. Stretch this field out a bit. Probably gonna have to come down and re-drill it. Now that I think about it. Yeah, while I'm waiting for that, I should probably do that. Why does everyone say Steam is better than Epic? Just curious, since I've never bought anything from Epic yet. The big thing with Steam is the Steam Workshop for mods. A lot of Epic games don't have that workshop ability, so it can be harder for the modding community. Um, I've also heard a lot of things about the multiplayer aspect of it, but I've never really done much with Epic as far as that goes. You need to go down to field 83. And before I send you anywhere, I need to slow you way down so you make it one piece. Otherwise, I know you're going to end up in a fiery wreck somewhere. Check and make sure that's not going to go over 50. Okay, good. He should make it at 51 miles an hour. Keyword should. Well, that's cool. I haven't noticed that. It'll actually let the plow flex on the ground like that. That's kind of cool. Neat and stuff. Yeah, they do tend to sign some games like that. I know they got Godfall too, which kind of irked me some. But I don't think I've got the system to run Godfall the way I'd want to run it, so I'll wait. I'll wait till it's on Steam or it's on a big sale or something. I don't know if I'm gonna keep these class Zarians or if I'm gonna go with the modded Zarian. So I think the modded one I can put tracks on. I don't remember. There's a few of them out there. Yeah, it'll be interesting. The real question is, was their contract completely up and they got out of it without having to renew, or did they try to break from Focus Home, which could lead to a lawsuit? Similar to what happened with the developer for SnowRunner. Because it could also be just a money grab from Giants at that point. Maybe they decided that Focus Home was getting too much of a cut, so to speak, and they wanted to keep more for themselves. We'll see. Could be a good thing. Might not make any difference at all. It was up, they took the option. Oh, that's the good way to do it. At least they didn't try to break contract and risk a lawsuit. But the real question is, did they do it as a money grab to not renew? Or are they really going to pick it up with the development schedule? How's it going, Techno, by the way? Yeah, exactly, Scurvy. If they don't start to make some serious improvements, they're at the limits of what they can do, I think, with this engine without making drastic changes. The question is, what are those changes going to be? Because if they don't make changes to the way the cores are handled and the way things are computed for multiplayer, they're going to start to lose a lot of people, I think. And then some of those changes may result in uh, changing the way the modding side of things works, and they could end up making a hash of things for the modding community and then lose stuff in the modding community. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I'm definitely going to wait and see. I'm gonna withhold judgment. No, wasn't tracks available on that one. Yeah, exactly, Techno. I think now that you say that, I did remember that their contract was up, uh, and they decided not to renew. Um, I think I'd read too somewhere that part of that decision was because Focus Home was the one that had them on the 2-year release schedule, and they wanted to try and take more time to make a better game, and that was part of their decision. So if that's the direction they're going, then that I think that's a positive direction. But who knows at this point? Yeah. But the other thing too with the new consoles is the new generation consoles are a lot more powerful than PS4, Xbox 360 used to be. So that I think will play a big role. They won't have to tone things down as much for the console side, I think, because the consoles are a lot more powerful than they used to be. Based on what you see on Facebook tomorrow. Uh, yeah, I know the modding community's definitely not doing too good right now. There's been a lot of haggling and, you know, infighting. And the stuff that happened over Christmas, even though it's been undone, I know still set some people off in the community. But you know, time has a way of smoothing things over, and who knows? Uh, yeah, I know they did say that the new generation of consoles had was part of their decision, so that they had more understanding and time to program for them. So who knows? We'll see. I said could be a good thing. Time will tell. We shall see. I'm not gonna rush to judgment on anything. I know they haven't been releasing much in the way of news, which at the same time I think has a lot of speculation going on that might be detrimental, could be helpful, who knows, but I think one of their it would do good for them to have one of their community managers at least kind of update everybody, so to speak. You know, hey, this is where we're at. This is, you know, it doesn't even have to be an in-depth thing, just kind of a general what's new type of post, I think would go a long ways for them. Keep the players. Exactly. It's a very simple thing to do, but it goes a long way, right? It does a lot for the community. It keeps them interested, obviously. It works to help boost excitement for the next game. Viola Drake, thank you for that, host. How are you doing this afternoon? You know, so I think that has a lot to do for community morale, even. You know, just even some screenshots now and then, and a quick here's what we've got going on type of post does a lot. Exactly, we have ideas what's going on, how long, you know, even a general timeline, general roadmap. It goes a long ways in that, you know. Exactly. I know Dave has big plans down the road for PV County. Um, so what in the heck? Oh, I gotta move those points. Gotcha. I'm like, why am I seeing flashing headlights in my field? What the heck? I forgot I sent that truck down here, and I have to remap the points for the field boundary since I moved it. I have to move all of those out of my field. Oh, and FS19 was announced. It was in March, so we might find out soon. Possibly, but at the same time too, I think it might be a little bit longer before we actually get news on the next one. I'm thinking maybe summertime to maybe early fall. Turn back on the create fields. But then that too goes back to what I was saying too about a little bit of hey, this is where we are and this is what we're doing goes a long way. Diddy 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 diddy. I really wish you could set workers to doing this. Be so nice. How's Chris doing? Hey, one idea I got that I was talking to a different mod maker on, Matt was on. Map that you start with only a forest, a sawmill, a few basic things, but the basic roads and more are laid out, but not made. You have to make it even more so. And now stuff starting from nothing. Clear the land, make your buildings. Yeah. What in the heck is going on with that? That's weird. Interesting. Yeah, I can, but I haven't finished with the field boundaries yet. That's how some game devs are, like Rockstar. GTA 5 came out in 13, and here it is 2021, and yeah. See, and I think that's gonna... Granted, GTA 5 I know is still popular, and GTA 6 is obviously gonna be one of those games that everybody's gonna rush to want to get a hold of. But I think that they could have said something, even as a tease, to start and build hype for it. You know, I mean, it's been 8 years. If you've got something in the pipeline, you'd have something, right? Got awful quiet over there, Boomhauer. Yeah, exactly. If you've got something in the works, a little bit of testing here and there, or just a quick clip. Like I said, even some screenshots. You know, screenshots do wonders for driving excitement and just kind of getting an overall idea of what's coming. You know, what do the graphics of the new game look like? What are the... That is odd. Why is it doing that, I wonder? The lines. That's different. It's never done that before. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Bodine. If the developers are actually giving hints and screenshots and stuff like that, you don't have all these people making the fake trailers that they then have to spend time saying that's not real or that's not, what's really going on. I think it leaves too much room for the fake trailers and the clickbait people to have their license with things. Taylor Swift dropping bombs. I don't know about her. I think she's another one of those rich, stuck-up people that has no clue about the rest of the world. Her music's gotten pretty whiny lately. Yeah, I haven't followed any news on her in a while, so... You grew up next to her? I guess fame has a tendency to do that to people, though. It kind of detaches you from the everyday people. They seem to put out teasers without saying anything with the next Cayo Perico heist people. Found coordinates and trailer for it. Took them to a place in real life that draws out 6 aka GTA. Interesting. Well, I mean, starting to put out teases and stuff is one thing, I guess. But, you know, screenshots and stuff like that would go a long way too. Living in no man's land, not doing much, but working game. Yeah. I think I need to upgrade my check for a video card update. Getting a lot of flickering. But I did tweak my video card settings earlier, so probably from that. I would have to say. I would have to say that's probably what's causing my flickering. You work, you get 70 to 80 hours in 5 days and still work when it's... That is a lot of work in a short period of time. That is a lot of work in a short period of time. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend down this way a little bit. Crossed here. I'll probably bring this in line kind of with the road. Save room for a small road down here along the bottom in case I want to put anything in this area. Are you able to look at support tickets? Still having issues with flammable liquid add-on storages. 3 add-ons, but I can only put... You have 3, but you can only put 500k of diesel in it. I've got one with an add-on myself, and it allows the 1.5 million. Let me get to the end of this row and I'll set a worker off on that piece. And I'll show you. I do know that when you're adding them to the storage, you have to save and exit before it will update the storage capacity, but I'm assuming you've done that by now. People have been finding things in the past few years in the code that are believed to be GTA 6. Rockstar loves to put Easter eggs in old games. Yeah, I mean, Rockstar does kind of do that a bit, so it could be part of it. It just, I don't know, it seems like they'd get a lot more by teasing with pictures and stuff like that. Screenshots, even little videos. If you're at a point now where you don't have enough for even that much, then how much longer is it going to take to do that? You know, put a game together. How's it going, Fummins? Any Easter eggs in the PV County map? There are some Easter eggs in the PV County map. Dave hit a few things in the map. There was a some gold hidden underneath Walmart. Up here. There is some gold hidden in the government building. There's even some gold hidden under Fort Knox. Not much, Fummins. Just getting some plowing done on the fields. Spoiler alert. I think most people here have seen Dave's stream before Christmas where he had gone over the Easter eggs a little bit in the beginning of his stream. On some of the doors, one says 2013 year it came out, another door says 2021. That, yeah, I mean, they could be hinting at a lot. The gold under Fort Knox is a conspiracy theory? Not really. I mean, Dave kind of debunked that theory. pretty well. He showed us the gold even. Boom got all quiet. He must have had to go do something. Oh, you mixed up real life. Yeah. I mean, I know they've given tours, but who knows? First time watching you in Farming Simulator. It's very interesting though. I haven't been... Well, this is definitely one of the uh, more uh, in-depth maps out there. Oh, that's interesting. Anybody speak Russian? I think. Won't let me hire a worker. Interesting. Probably won't be keeping that plow at that point. Yep, this map, you gotta build stuff, you gotta do all kinds of stuff with this map. But, if you look here, Jaren. Oh, is it saying I've only got a capacity of 500 grand? I did add that one. I'll have to look, it's weird. Because I know it was working for me before. Yes, I do own a lot of fields. No, not duplicate, you dummy. Off. Confirm. There it goes. I own a big chunk of the map. I've done a lot of mining, and it's bought me a lot of things. You sure can. I've been losing money the last few days, but you see here the harvest income is mining counts as harvest income. I turned a lot of mining materials in yesterday. Oh, apparently I have a loan. When did I borrow 5 grand? That's interesting. But yeah, I do have one solar panel down, which is where this property income's coming from. You see, I purchased a lot of land on Friday, 15 million and change. I do buy. I tend to go about every day buying something. But I run on normal economy. My economic difficulty stays on normal. I don't let the helpers buy anything. And I keep crop destruction on. Lime required. I don't play with weeds. I never seem to get them to work well. So I could have a solar farm. But no, I choose not to with the solar farm. I just have one. It kind of offsets some of the day-to-day expenses. But if you're still there, Jaren, if you see, I've got diesel of 506 in this tank with one extension behind it. If you notice, though, when I went into here, I had to extend the range for it to read that extra silo for the capacity. I don't know about this where you said it's stopping you at 500,000. Why it would be doing that? Unless you've got something in the log that's coming up because of it. Did I do anything in the Southwest Desert? Yes, I have. Bum, 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 bum. I've cleared quite a bit. Let's see. You see, I've cleared quite a bit. All the way down to that line. I found a couple spots. But I haven't done too much yet. A lot of sand there. I'll tell you that. I've taken... Yep, spoiler alert. But in that little space, I've taken several of my... the 4 million liters worth I can take in my trailer. My road train. I've taken probably a dozen of those out of the desert so far. Yes, I have been selling the sand. I basically just load it up and sell it. So I can get rid of it. Okay, Dale's going north-south. Not a problem, Henry. But to answer your question, Jaren, I do not have access to the website for looking at log files.
Did he send one in? Sorry, I left. I just got back.
I noticed you got awful quiet, so I figured
Yeah, I
you
had to
must.
go let the freaking farm out.
Yeah, Jaren's apparently still having issues with the crude oil, or not the crude, but the not the crude oil specifically, but the uh, flammable liquid silo. I guess it's not. He's got 3 extensions down, and it's not letting him get over 500 grand.
Oh, for the...
The flammable liquid silo.
Yours?
Yep. Which I've got one down with 1 extension, and I've got 506,000 liters in it. So it's letting me do it just fine with the extension. Leads me to believe something might be triggering in his that's causing it to not update or something. Yes, hello, sweetie. Hello, kitty. You're demanding attention of me now? Is that what you're doing?
I do not see a ticket. Yep, you have not sent a ticket in.
I don't know if he sent it in or not. I just know he was asking about it. I don't have access, so...
Oh.
It could be that he was going to send one in, but hasn't yet. I don't know. Let's extend this up an extra row, shall we? Mon Kitty. He's at work now. We'll send one later. Alright, Jaren.
Okay.
We'll keep our eyes open for it. We'll take a look and see if anything's going on. Um, yeah, it's interesting that yours is stopping at 500k and not letting you go up to the extended amount. Um, but I do know there were some instances when I was testing it that would cause it to um, not register properly. So we'll take a look, see if we can't figure it out for you. Uh-oh. Not a problem, Jaren. I think my female cat's about to go into heat again.
Don't you love that?
Well, I was working through all of my cats, getting them into the vet last year, and then COVID happened, and it made it very
Right.
difficult to get the animals in for checkups and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to still get she's the last one that didn't make it in to get fixed, because when I brought her and her brother in for their initial checkups, there was a speculation she might have been pregnant at that point. So they didn't they weren't good they weren't allowing me to try and get her fixed in case she was pregnant. So she got
Who
all of her
did that?
shots and her checkup and everything else. And then turns out, thankfully, she's not pregnant, because I've already got 5 cats. I don't need any more.
Me and X-Man are gonna have to talk before he goes live.
Oh boy. Ugh.
Somebody on the website and the tickets went through and closed several tickets that have no replies, no nothing.
Hmm. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. This was not where you...
Yep, I do like to make fields bigger. Guess maybe I'm just a glutton for punishment.
Probably.
I'm sketching out a pretty decent little area for 82 and 83 to turn into. Yep. Yeah, I think I gotta tweak my graphics setting back on my PC. I was playing around with it earlier, and now I'm getting all kinds of flickering and weird little graphical glitches. Yeah, X-Men should be home shortly,
Yeah,
actually.
he's off work
Speaking of,
now.
yeah, speaking of which, it's about that time. I'm gonna run another quick 60-second ad break. Try to remember to keep up with those. 'Cause at least if I do that, it stops the pre-roll ads for people the minute they join the channel.
Right.
As long as I remember to keep up with them. I have to look at that and see if I can't come up with a timer set up to unban express. Huh, interesting. You like the pre-rolls, Henry? Yeah, I know some people prefer that to not having the ad breaks during the stream. And then
If you're
other,
a subscriber, they don't matter.
yeah, I mean, if you're a subscriber, tells you Twitch thinks this channel is worth watching. It just means that the streamer has decided not to run regular ads and they run pre-rolls. All it is a setting. 17 on Land Down Under. Yeah, nah, I'm good. I played Wild West for a while and I dealt with that big field. It gets to a point where you need crazy, unrealistic tractors to be able to do anything with it. And to me, that just seems kind of a waste of time. I'll be honest, I'm pretty sure that that particular modding group has gotten lazy with things.
There's a couple that have.
Well, Land Down Under, I believe, was done by Kaz
Oh.
and his crew.
Apparently, from what Cowboy said last night in Big Guy's stream, that I can't remember. I think it's Old Man that did Rickyville, Reese'ville, however the heck you want to say it.
Yeah.
Uh, he's doing another map right now. Like, I don't, I don't get it. Why you put more maps out than almost anybody, and they're all the same?
Yeah, all you're doing is changing the terrain around a little bit. It's not really doing much difference.
Right. And taking ideas from people.
Yeah, because isn't he the one that did Red Dirt County?
No.
No, somebody else did that one.
Yeah, I think that was TNT.
Oh, they last made Ricci Island.
Yeah, which the island he got from Dave.
TNT, yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't really kept up with many other maps, because of this
Right.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Dave has put way too much stuff into this map for me to ever really consider another map. Unless it's a bigger version of this one.
Right. Yep. Apparently he's starting on Homestead now. And by the sound of that alone, I could be wrong. He could be taking it from the Homestead map,
Yep,
or
Richie
he's
Homestead, according to Wayne Billy Elliott.
uh-huh, or he's taking the idea from Alien Jim, and it's going to be like No Man's Land.
Yeah, I was actually working
Regardless,
on a
though,
version
it's
of No Man's Land, but
right. Regardless, though, it's not original. It's something that's already been done. Why keep? I don't get it. Why make a map that's already been done in some way or another?
does the Brux get the stumps too? It does, but it can be a little tricky to grind the stumps up. I prefer, and I know several others that now prefer the Tree Maverick over the Brux.
Yep.
Because it seems to grind the stumps better,
Yep.
as well as the tree. If you're after the chipping side of it, if you just want the tree gone, then the Trex got its update recently, and that makes it a lot better. Um, is it in the PVC mod pack? No, the Tree Maverick is from Farmer Boys Modding. It's they're on Facebook with it. No, sorry. FarmerBoysModding.com, I think. They've got a web page. I forgot. too many modding groups. Keep track of. After you found PV County, you don't play many other maps more than a few days. Just check them out. Yeah, I'm pretty well stuck on PV County. I do like the way Alien Jim did No Man's Land,
Yep.
which is why I started making a version of PV County that is a No Man's Land style map. But I have not gotten anywhere near finishing even the landscaping of it. Just because a 16x map is so big to do all of that work on. No, I've just been using the GPS. I was trying to get the outside of the map done, or the outside of the field boundary done, so I could potentially use Courseplay. But I, haven't really touched the Courseplay side of it yet. And I don't think it's going to work to calculate the edge path yet because I still haven't filled in these areas. Yeah, it's not gonna generate because it doesn't want to recognize the edge path of the field yet. Going to bed, Wolfie? Alright,
Hey, have a
Wolfie.
good night, Wolfie.
Have a good night. You take it easy.
We might see you tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming or not. My mouth is not happy with me.
That's too bad. Slovak Village and Sudenham maps are really the only other ones you play besides PV. Yeah. Oop. Almost went past. I need 82. Overwrite the
Pushing the
edge path.
limits at the moment. Yeah, I bet it is, Billy.
Yeah, I had to take him off of my son's laptop too just to make sure he didn't have too many issues. Course generation. Field 82, headland, do around, one pass, clockwise, I want the turn. I don't care about the up and down.
Billy, I just sent you a message on Twitch.
That'll work. Where's my starting point now is the question.
If you wouldn't mind.
Starting point must be over here. Where's the start point? I don't see it.
Me either. Wherever you were at,
Oh.
probably.
Right beside me. This could go good or it could go bad. I don't know. I guess. We're gonna go first waypoint. You like auto drive for transporting? Yeah.
Thank you.
I do like auto drive for the transporting of things. Return. Guess let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see what's gonna happen. We'll see how this goes, I guess. I don't typically let course play or anything do the field edges or plowing out the fields other than me. I don't trust it that they're not going to drive halfway across the map with the field with the plow down. Uh, yeah, phones tend to fall behind the stream quite a bit more, I think, than regular computers and stuff like that. At least mine does. I know my phone. If I'm watching a stream on my phone, it'll get 30 to 40 seconds behind the stream, even if I go in and turn the quality down. Oh. I'll wait and I'll see how you make your turn. If you make your turn good, then I'll go back to the next thing. You have a second screen you'd like to hook up to your lap, sure. It might not. If you're already struggling to run things though with your laptop, I wouldn't
Right.
I
Push it.
wouldn't push it too much.
I don't know what it could do, but it may not end well.
See? See right there. Now I'm going to have to landscape because you made a mess.
I could have told you that was gonna happen.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't mean I have to
Square
like it.
edge.
Yeah, but I don't want to sculpt either. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum.
You're not using your controller, never mind. Mine's the left stick button,
Yeah.
but you're using keyboard.
I find that if I don't use the keyboard, boom, what ends up happening is, when I'm going from place to place, I find what ends up happening. Oh, that's not even the right texture. Um, that's not the right texture. That's not the right texture. That's not the right one. That's definitely not the right one. Too many textures.
Mm-hmm.
Dang you, Dave.
And many of them, I have no clue what they're even for.
Alright, that texture right there. Um, when I'm trying to, like, jump from place to place, I find if I haven't used the mouse and keyboard before I hit the spacebar to jump to the most recent point, it
Mm-hmm.
tends to dig a big hole in the ground.
I have never had that happen.
Oh, I've had it happen a few times and it's frustrating.
Oh, I can imagine.
Right in the middle of a field and all of a sudden it digs a big hole in the ground. Like, seriously, dude? Move you out of the field. If I'm not in your home net, then I get that, but when I'm on
Yeah.
my phone at home, I get no delay. But not at home watching on phone. Yeah.
Yeah. Boating, exactly. I feel the exact same way.
Yeah. I definitely agree with the both of you that I really wish you could label the textures, because some of them it's like, what is this texture for? I have no idea. Kids. They're fighting over bubble wrap in the other room.
Hmm?
Nope, wrong point.
Yep, I got it. Thank.
Gave up on trying to get the AutoDrive download file to work. Just started trying to make your own. You're having trouble with the AutoDrive? Suppose I should get out of the way of the tractor that's coming through, right?
Maybe.
Now my son's about to get Wrath of the
Whooping.
Mommy.
Oh, yeah.
She has not been feeling well today, so
Mm.
don't anger the mommy bear.
Mm-mm.
It is generally not good for one's health. The route download file, it won't go in my game. Tried all the ways and had many help, no luck. Tried so many. Yeah, I'm definitely not what you would call an auto drive expert. I know enough to get myself in trouble. We'll put it that way. I know enough to make a hash out of it. Okay, you to you. Delete you. 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 I need a couple of these points. Something like that. Unless you want to play chicken. Never had any troubles before. Any of your house. Yep. Yeah, this is my first experience with auto drive on this map. Mainly because I played on console for the most part before this map. There, now it's not in the field boundary. For now.
Yep. Wait till next year.
What do you mean? When I extend the
You'll
field
have. Uh-huh. You'll have
No.
it going over the road.
Nope. Nope, I don't want it going over the road. I don't want it going over no roads. I just need to extend my... I really hope that stupid tractor made it right up over here. Didn't make a big mess of it. Where's he at, by the way? He's right there. Okay. Doesn't seem to be making too much of a hash yet. Keyword.
Right.
Keyword. Suppose any place is a good place to start with this.
Excuse me.
Eh... Are we sure there is one? Any game deleted every time you renamed it more, tried a ton of things, never works. Interesting. Didn't X-Man go over what to do if that happened?
So Yeah, see, so on the 4X, I had a issue with auto drive to the point where I pretty much almost quit playing. Uh, just because it was more of a headache than anything for me. Uh, it wasn't enjoyable. I got to a certain point, um, and anything I made route wise after that point, it would start to remove, and they wouldn't save. Nobody could figure out why.
Ow, my elbow snapped. Unpleasantness ensued. Oh, I won't be able to do this until he's done with his drilling or plowing of it. Won't be able to do that till he's done plowing it. So, while that's happening, I can come over here, grab you, unfold this, and I can fertilize these fields. You went and re-downloaded the auto drive file to see if you had a bad one? Interesting. Let's see how this works. Why is it... Alright, seriously, these are supposed to be care wheels. Why is it not counting as care wheels? I'll turn crop destruction off now, apparently. There. I have to go through some of my files apparently and figure out why my care wheels aren't acting as care wheels all of a sudden. Oh no, they do act like care wheels because I told them to act like care wheels. I went in and changed it. All of the wheel setups for this thing are supposed to be care wheels.
Which I mean is how it kind of should be. I mean, when you're spraying, you only lose a little bit of crop, and even then, you don't lose.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they spray it early enough for the crop to pop back up.
Yeah, exactly.
Most times.
But I had gone in specifically and set all of the different wheels on this thing for care wheels. And that little John Deere Gator, according to the description of it, is supposed to have care wheels on it for the little sprayer piece that it comes with it. So you can spray your field for weeds, spot spraying. And it doesn't seem to be working for the care wheels on that thing either. Wonder if I'm gonna have to do multiple sprays on some of these fields. Because some of them look like they could still use additional fertilization. Oh. Oh, the back. Oh, well, that's cool. I don't have to worry about shutting it off in between fields, apparently. Well, I was worried I was going to lose fertilizer.
Oh.
And even though it shows it coming out, because it's technically not applying it to anything, it doesn't seem to be going down at all. Oh, hey, yeah, that field's not planted yet, dum-dum. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Jeez, I'm wondering if I'm even going to go through fertilizer much anymore. Thank you for that follow, Willamaki. How are you doing this afternoon? Ah, that's right. I gotta go across to the next field. Keep driving. And applying. What I should probably do is that. Let's shut that off for a second. Control S. Auto width. Subtract you down just a tad.
Does Satisfactory have backup saves?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do that because...
If you go into load, there should be auto saves.
Yeah, but I mean prior to those. Because it
It
only has
might.
the 3 auto saves.
It might. How far back do you need to go?
Before I started today.
Did you break now?
Oh, never mind. I found. I didn't break it. It was that video I watched did not have how to pull the products into the building. So when I did it, I just put everything the same way, and it shouldn't have been. It should have been split. Ooh, I almost fell to the ground again. But we're good. I saved it.
I was watching somebody streaming earlier, and they had a power pole set up that is absolutely fantastic, and I am so gonna steal for my game. Because it looks really, really cool.
Mm.
Um, when it comes to, granted, he's using all vanilla equipment, wasn't using Mark II power poles or anything like that, but
Mm-hmm.
the essentially like transmission lines between his power plants are done with this setup that includes um, basically you use the lookout towers,
Mm-hmm.
but you do it in such a way that the like you build the poles and stuff up first, take everything out and then stick the lookout tower underneath it, and then it leaves it looking like a large transmission pole.
Hmm.
It's really cool, and he had it set up where it was basically 5 lines were transmitted at the same time. So
Oh, nice.
you can have like one was his coal generator setup, one was
Mm.
his fuel generator setup. He had another line for his what was it? His geothermal generators, which are
Hmm.
basically there to prime his other set.
Everything.
Yeah, well, the those were there to prime the uh. Whoa, hey, start stupid. They were there to prime his coal generators, and the coal generators were there to prime the production of fuel for the fuel generator setup.
Oh, yeah. No, it's because when I stopped playing last night, I was flying and I was so tired I didn't think about landing. So when you save while you're flying and then come back in, you automatically drop.
Yeah, you start from the point where you were when you saved, which,
Mm-hmm.
if you're in the air, means you're going for a ride.
Yep, you're falling to the ground. And since I was falling asleep last night when I stopped playing, I didn't think to, you know, hit the ground first.
That's the dangerous part of Satisfactory,
Mm-hmm.
which is not my fault. It's really Fumman's and Dave's fault. Because I wouldn't have gotten as involved as I did if they hadn't started it.
Right.
Or I should say, if Fummins hadn't started talking about it and Dave showed it off a little bit. And then I was kind of
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I'll give it a try, see what it's about. And then next thing you know, I'm like, oh my god, hooked.
Right. Yeah, I know the feeling.
Which then, dragged in others.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really Fummin's fault. I don't know if he's here still or not, but...
I think so. Hey,
How's it
Sense
going,
Fan.
Sense Fan? I guess I've got to come down here for this section. No, go forward. How's it going, Sense Fan? How are we doing this afternoon? I'm probably wasting an absolute ton of fertilizer right now. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes.
Yep. Crap. Helps if I have steel.
Yeah, generally speaking. Me, I'm constantly running out of aluminum right now. That's my problem.
Yeah. I'm thinking I want to redo that. No, I can't. That would be a lot. I'll have to do that at a different point.
Alright, I've also got to go over to do 32, 33, 34. Have I? I have done those ones yet, okay. And then 68 was withered. 69 is harvested. And it's really the fault of Twitch. No. No, I'm gonna blame Fummins. It's his fault. Because if he hadn't mentioned it and talked about it so much, I wouldn't have gone looking for it.
It's gotta be bales, Billy. It doesn't matter which bales. It will take square bales for square and round, or you can do round for round and square. It doesn't, for whatever reason, it I don't know if it can't tell the difference or what exactly it is, but
Alright, and yes, Henry, there is recycling on this map. It's done at PMS, Package Machine Supplies, or, that
up
time.
north.
It is way up north. You bring your trash up here, um, and you can either sell the trash out around back, down this pathway here, or you bring the trash down this ramp and in the basement of the place. And as long as you have power supplied here from PSE&G, you drop your trash here, and it will recycle the trash into glass, paper, plastic, and aluminum. And then you can take those 4 items and bring them upstairs to turn them into boxes or crates of packaging, which are used in places like Crystal Steel, Dell Electronics. Where else is it used? Copper by Design, and quite a few others. But it requires power to be able to do that. Alright, so somebody asked about Mud Runner or Snow Runner being better. Scurvy has 128 in spin tires, 115 in Mud Runner, both completed in single player, and 297 in Snow Runner in single player, and still not completed yet. They did say they got a lot bigger with the map in Snow Runner than they did in Mud Runner.
Good.
Yeah, Snow Runner is actually a fairly good size map. Um, and I know they've added quite a bit to it since I last played, even. So, just goes to show that some game developers really take things to heart and try to make improvements.
Right.
Now let's hope Farm Sim can do, or Giants can do something similar and maybe make 4x the standard size map instead of these 1x maps. That hurt. How's it going, Erwin? Holy cow, that's a heck of a wage. Somebody's getting overpaid.
Probably.
Someone's overpaid. You need to go off to field 33? Is that it? 32. We'll start at 32, work our way south. How's it going, Derek Pancakes?
How you doing, Derek?
Morning, Erwin. Well, I mean, they are taking a lot more time with the next game, and they have stated that they're trying to make a lot of improvements, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and
They
who
kind of
knows?
have to, because if they don't,
Oh, if they don't, they're absolutely going to lose
several.
a lot of modders, I think, and a lot of players themselves, because the game is getting to a point where you can't do much with multiplayer or
Right.
anything like that, which limits the replayability and the amount of uh, life the game gets out of it, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I need to go... Where's my truck and trailer? I need to fill you up and start making some more money. Because I'm broke. Oh, that reminds me. Before I do that, I need to empty my other truck at the BGA. Did I not send that truck on its way? Oh, there it is. Say, could have sworn I sent that truck down here.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Could have sworn I'd sent the truck down to the BGA with some manure. Cow poop in. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was gonna load up my truck. That's where I was. Pay attention. Yep. It probably would have gone much the same in real life. Yep. That's what I get for looking off to the side while I'm driving. Put it into perspective the way I... Not sure if Spin Tires map size, but Mud Runner, I believe all discs was... Yeah, I remember seeing they had put out when SnowRunner first came out, they had put out a post, given how big Mud Runner was, with all of its DLCs, and I think they'd said it was like 4 kilometers squared, or it might have been 8, something like that, like you said. Um, and the new one was 30 plus from the get-go. And now they've added quite a few maps, plus, I mean, people can make maps through mods now. So I'm sure there's a lot more to that game now than... I bet you even without modded maps, it's probably closer to 40 or 45. And I don't think I remember seeing anything about spin tires. I don't think they had mentioned it when they were talking about the map sizes. I mean, to put that into perspective, a 16x map is 8 kilometers by 8 kilometers, so you're what, 64 square kilometers for a 16x map? So it's like taking half of this map and playing SnowRunner on it. But I don't think you get much over like 30 miles an hour in that game, if even that. I forget what like the top speeds really are in that one. It's been a while. But I know even then it doesn't feel like it's got the same scale to the speed. Yeah, I'd agree with that for sure. In terms of size, it's half the size of this, but it feels probably bigger because you don't seem to move as fast across the area, so it makes it feel even larger than it really is. I've always kind of seen that that's the way some games are. They might be, uh, smaller in land size than another game, but feel larger because of uh, just the way you move about the maps. Well, exactly. You're going between regions and you've got to traverse at a much slower speed. A lot of times in SnowRunner, you're only crawling along because of the mud and everything else that you've got to deal with. So the maps in total might be uh, half the size of the PV County map, but I think they seem a lot bigger than the PV County map in a way because you're going so much slower.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
X-Man said he's probably going to be a little bit later than 4.
No worries. No worries.
Speaking of 4, forgot what I wanted to, everything I wanted to talk to him about before he started streaming. So I kind of felt like an idiot having him, getting a hold of him for the 2 things I remembered.
You forgot already. You
I
just
really gotta send messages, that way I know what it's about.
well, yeah. Typically, if you want to get in touch with somebody, hey, I gotta talk to you about dot 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 dot. Not, hey, we need to
Yeah,
talk.
yeah. I'm pretty good at doing that. That's about all I do.
Well, I will warn you, it's not good for a relationship when it's, hey, I need to talk, and you don't mention what, because people's minds tend to take
Well,
leave
yeah. Well, I know.
and
I know.
I got that one day. Hey, we need to talk. Like an hour goes by, and my brain's all over the place.
Uh,
And then I finally break down, call my wife. Is what do we need to talk about? Oh, just supper.
mm,
What? You couldn't say that? Hey, we need to discuss supper. Hey, we need to talk.
yep.
My first thought is, what did I do now?
Right. You
Did I
start
forget Aunt?
replaying the last 3 weeks in your head.
3 weeks? Longer than that.
Uh,
It's like, did I forget anniversary, a birthday, a special
right.
moment? You know how most women can get like, oh, today's our six
Mhm.
week anniversary of the first time we
Right.
texted each other, and it's like, huh, what?
Right.
That's a thing? And they get all mad at you for forgetting the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
think I'm doing pretty good. I remember the day we started dating. I remember the 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 actual date of our first date. The day we got married. I think I'm set with the anniversary thing, but I don't know.
Doing better than me. A lot better than me.
That you confess something shouldn't be exactly. Exactly. Hey, I'm sorry I did this. Wait, what? That's not what I wanted to
Right.
talk to you about. Oh, how's that shoe leather?
Mm-hmm.
How's that
Yep.
shoe leather taste? Not too swell, I will tell you that. That was probably her plan all along.
Right.
AX3880 Wrecker Mod says otherwise as far as speed goes. Think can cruise and there's even faster. Yeah, and that's probably where I'm coming at with that scurvy is I never played with any mods because I was always on PlayStation until now, and they only recently got the mods for that. So I'm used to the vanilla vehicles and how quickly they get around the map, and at the very least, until you get to uh, a good ways in and you start to unlock some of the later mods for the vehicles, they do get around very slow. Yeah, it's gravel camo. It's a new camo type I'm working on for the army. How about turn around? You say to her, "We need to." Yeah, my mind tends to be very imaginative,
Hmm.
and I know how it feels when that's used on me, so I tend to avoid trying to say things in that manner to other people. I try to, you know, at least say what it's about, so that people aren't doing that. Like, oh, well, what is it we need to talk about? What did I forget? What did I not do? What did I, whatever the case. Does damage increase on a dirty truck? Um, Not on this game.
So, funny story about that. Mr. CWP did a video about um, dirt and damage, or where I can't remember. It was dirt with the service meter. Sorry, service meter. If you have your dirt set to fast
I,
or high,
I do remember that
it
one.
it will right. It will get. You'll have to repair it more often than if you set it to low. Um, I don't know. I can't remember. I think there is a setting to turn the dirt off, but I don't think you're able to turn the repair portion
What
of the tractors and stuff off.
when he first put out that video, I remember it now that you say that. When he first put out the video, turning the dirt off did turn off at the time the vehicle wear, but they've since patched that part of it.
What
Um,
a surprise.
so that, and I believe he referenced it in his video, or maybe it was another one that they had since patched that. But
Well,
doing uh, the dirt from slow to fast and normal will increase the speed of the wear on your vehicle. But in relation to dirt actually increasing the damage, that truck had how many hours on it? And it's never been washed, and I've only had to repair it once. 18 hours on this truck. I've repaired it once, and at the time, it was at like 60 something percent. Uh, Simply because I repaired it through the garage menu, and it won't let you repair vehicles or items until they're at least 70%, 70% or less. I, that's it right there. I've had it since the beginning, so. Where was I? Okay, that's running on that. Highest hours I have is 45 hours on a Roadrunner. Yeah, a lot of mine is pretty well spread out. Nothing's too drastically high. I think the highest hours I've got on a vehicle is 20 something. 26.7. One of my Volvo mining vehicles. Oh, excuse me, 26.3. So, it's getting up there, but not too bad. You just use the auto repair mod every day at midnight. They send a crew out, repair all your stuff, send you the bill. Yeah. I don't know. I looked at that one. I wish they had a mod where you could pay a helper to wash them. But the one mod they have like that, I don't particularly like. I know there is one for auto washing, but it only works when you get into the vehicle. And I don't think it likes things like my road train.
Probably not.
So I haven't used it.
I think I need to find another.
Think you need to find another, huh?
Another node.
Yeah, that might be the one, Scurvy. I know there is a mod out there that allows you to insta-wash your vehicle when you first get into it. And it will allow you to wash the attachments and stuff too, but... Can you mod a building into a drive-through?
You've got to do it in Blender.
Yes and no. It
Or Maya.
depends. Well, it depends. If it was a blender brought into Giants Editor already, you can probably do it in Giants Editor depending on how they did it. But that's depending on how they brought it into Giants Editor in the first place. How's it going, Pop Joe? A shed? A lot of it would depend on how the building was brought into Giants Editor. If it was brought in pieces, to allow you to remove certain sections, then you can do it in Giants Editor. Otherwise, like Boomhauer said, you'd have to export it back to Maya or Blender to cut the building apart. And then from there you would be able to remove those sections. Is that a piece of a tree? That's a piece of a tree. Apparently I missed one.
I had one of those. It was buried.
I think you can use the
Last
spray hose
night.
from the pressure washer. You should look at pulling the pressure washer lance from the game file. I did it and made it into a mod that attaches it to the character like a chainsaw. I have seen people talk about doing that. And I've looked at potentially doing some things, but I tend to find myself using other games in the meantime and not modding. Do I still have the Trex? No, I've got the wrong kind. That's not the right Trex. 58,000.
Everything get backed up.
Helper Dale has completed their task. Which one was Dale?
Are you an idiot, Dale, or did you actually finish your job?
I think he got most of it.
It's the safest bet is you're an idiot and you screwed it up.
Use the chainsaw to get rid of the stump. I could. And actually, Dale did a fairly good job. He just missed this top little edge.
Oh, Dale.
Like, given the size of the field, I'll take it.
Right.
Given the size of the field, I will take it. What is planted in 79 right now? That's clover or carrots? It's clover or carrots, I think. Hmm. How expensive is 79, I wonder? $1.8 million.
Pretty cheap,
Yeah, fairly cheap. Crimson
considering.
clover over and over. Pretty much. I mean, the computer had gone nuts with planting clover in fields during the end of the last season. I was shocked at how much clover they decided to plant. Like every single thing they wanted me to plant was clover. That's when I started buying fields and being like, no, I will buy this field to prevent you from doing so.
Right.
It's a matter of principle. That does not look like... it might be clover. Yep, it's clover. Of course it's freaking clover. I'm already plowing an entire field of clover under. My truck at Washington yet? It is. Whispered? What did you whisper me now, Mr. Billy Elliot? You sent me a file. Oh. Appreciate it, Wayne. I'll take a look at it. Yeah, well, that's why I was going to keep Field 80, because I had done all that work on it. And then I decided that, well, obviously with the bringing in of precision farming and the soil types down south, clover doesn't work very well down there. So I am plowing those fields under, and I will plant probably cotton or something like that in those. I'm broke again. Do 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 do. I think it'll work a lot better if I do a quick headland down this end. Otherwise that bridge is going to get in the way. Maybe I'll do 2. Whoop. Watch where you're driving, dummy. Watch where you're driving. Oh. Ooh. I get a whole lot of trees to grind out of this side. Like precision farming forces you to branch out and plant with a... Yeah. That's why I like precision farming and seasons. I don't think I'll do without ever again, simply because it does make you change things up a bit. You're not just planting the same crops over and over again in the same fields, day in, day out. It forces you to change things up, which helps keep you going longer on the map. Jesus, I was driving like I was drunk, apparently. Doing a poopy job with that. All over the place. Weaving all over. Makes things harder, yep. Oh, you don't use seasons, but you do use precision farming?
Everything starts back up.
It's one thing I don't like about this modded Zarian. If you turn too tight, it tends to make things do funny things.
Right.
Oh well, as long as the worker gets around it, I don't care. Somebody said to use the chainsaw, huh? I got a better idea. I wonder if it'll work. Oh, it won't work. Nope. Chainsaw's not working. I like to get a grip on the fundamentals of the game. Yeah. I played a lot before Seasons ever came around, so I'm
Yep.
pretty familiar with the fundamentals.
I mean, really, if you think about it, Seasons has only been out on all platforms for a year. Just over a year. Because consoles got it just before summer last year.
Yep. And I played a lot on consoles before I built the
Yep.
PC, so...
I was so mad. I kid you not. It was a week after I got my PC. Seasons was released on console.
something like that. Yep. That's about how it goes, isn't it?
Oh, I was so mad.
Alright, I need to find... in amongst my mess somewhere. Too many dots.
Let that all back up, hopefully. Keep up with everything.
Yep.
I'm letting my belts get completely full.
Oh, before you fire things up.
Well, I've already had everything fired up. I went up and turned the constructors off because they just couldn't keep up.
Oh.
So I'm hoping once I get all the lines and everything backed up, it'll be able to keep up easier.
A lot of it
Hypothetically.
yeah, a lot of it depends on your throughput. If you're just a little bit above, say you're transferring 270 out of the miner and only using 260, letting them fill up first will help make sure you stay ahead of it.
Well, I think I'm getting like 400 out of them.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you know what I mean.
Right, right.
If the numbers are close for what you're using versus what you're
300.
getting out of it, and then you have to still deal with splitters and things like that, it can
Right.
it can take a lot longer for the end of the line to fire up because the material isn't there yet.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and
I
and
was waiting
it's
on.
got to go through and fill the first one, and then the second one, then the third one, and then the
Mm-hmm.
fourth one. Um, it'll take a while before it gets to say number 10
Right.
and keeps it consistently running.
Should be full. Instructor's
Consoles are only
backlog.
good for GTA 5 and Mario Kart. Um, been a long time since I played Mario Kart, and I did play quite a bit of Grand Theft Auto 5, but I never really got into the online part of GTA 5. But there's a lot of games I played on console that I really liked, primarily because I didn't have a PC at the time. Now it's a glorified Blu-ray player.
Right.
That's pretty much all the thing's for, is glorified Blu-ray player.
Pretty much.
Heck, I haven't even been using it for streaming lately because my PC's hooked up and turned on all the time. So I use my PC for streaming. But I definitely got to look closer at getting a couple of decent monitors and a chair, and I'll build a desk in my new little cave once I find a home for what's in it now.
Right.
And then I'll have a actual computer monitors with a higher refresh rate. And when I start sitting a little bit closer, I can uh, look more into what my uh, resolution and stuff is set at. Which will probably cause me to boost my frame rates, which isn't a bad thing.
Right.
Because I know right now one of the big things that causes me to lose my frame rate is the fact that I'm running essentially in almost 4K textures.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have the graphics settings turned all the way up, but 4K textures are 4K textures.
Right.
Purchase a dust cover to cover your Xbox One because of lack of use. Yeah, I probably not too long ago completely cleaned out my PS4. Like, I disassembled it and cleaned it out completely. And since then, I have gone to the point of uh, like not using it at all. And I'm pretty sure now that it's just as dusty as before I used it and cleaned it. I actually did it after I was watching a Mr. CLP video. Because he was talking about how Farm Sim would cause his PS4 to sound like a jet engine taking off.
Mm-hmm.
And he went through and he completely cleaned it out and dusted it all out and everything else, and it stopped being so loud. So it caused me to do the same thing. Made a big difference. It really did.
Right.
Made a huge difference. But then within 2 months, I rebuilt my PC and I haven't really used it yet since.
Right.
I haven't even been bothering to go on and get the free game of the month.
To do another line of both. How am I gonna do?
As you do know that doesn't sound good when you say it that way, right, Boom?
I don't care.
Gotta do another line.
Yeah. Another line of coal and iron. Though I don't have any.
I hate it when when a vehicle says I'll do 50 miles an hour and it pins at 22.
Mm,
You useless thing, you.
right.
Any guesses as to where I got this modded POS? Because it's not the one from the
Hmm.
in-game mod hub.
Mhm.
It did not come from the in-game mod hub.
And it definitely didn't come from Dave.
Nope. Give you 3 guesses where it came from.
Papa Smurf.
Oh, wow, that was quick. Nope, Papa Smurf.
Still a little salty over that whole
It's
ordeal. To be fair, I have every right to be.
apparently I missed something.
You weren't there for that stream?
I guess I might have heard about it, but I don't remember exactly. Was it when you
I
guys
raided.
raided it? Yeah, you raided somebody and then.
Mm-hmm. He said that him and Kevin from Global Company work together, which is cool. Awesome. Good for you. And he said that they were talking and that Kevin was told that there would be um, engine upgrades. And I said, well, Giants hasn't released any of that information
Yeah,
and
yeah,
hasn't
I
said
remember the
anything. And yeah,
think.
he wasn't too happy.
I guess I'll keep this around in case there's any more I missed. I'll just park it over here. Xbox Live has been expired for well over a year, except for when you got Game Pass Ultimate for a month to try Flight Sim on PC.
Mhm.
Yep.
It's kind of what happened with mine. Mine's still expired. Oh, sweet Jesus. I am full on
Oh, sweet Jesus, he
modular
says.
frames. Modular frames are hard to be full on, too. Well,
No, they're not.
for me, they are.
Even heavy modular frames aren't that hard to be full on.
For me, they are.
Then again, I do make an overabundance of them.
Right. But I'm going to do the heavy modular.
Should I bring down limestone? I think I should. I can wait a little bit. Doesn't use a ton. I forgot I fast forwarded through the night, so I should check on a few of my factories. I forgot about that. Yes, it is. It definitely is. Because I don't sell nothing.
No.
Not a gosh darn thing.
Nope, I don't think I've sold anything in Farm Sim either. And there's plenty of stuff that I could sell because I know it's going to be a long while before I get to the point of making anything. But,
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I haven't basically sold anything. I've just stuck it all into storage. And I'm even at a situation where I highly doubt I will run every uh every factory. I know there will be a lot of factories I don't even bother with.
yep,
Simply because I'm not worried about doing the products for it, or they're not needed for
right.
something else. You know, if I don't need the product for uh, like developing oil wells or something like that, then I'm probably not even gonna bother with a lot of the Like,
Right.
I'll go to the point of building gold medal, but I doubt I'll make the bread.
Right.
I mean, the idea was that, doing the bread would make it a lot more money than just selling the wheat or whatever.
Right.
But
Right.
there's so much mining material to sell that if I need money, I'll just go sell some mining material.
Right. Pretty much.
You know, why even get to the point of having to worry about anything else?
Right.
So, yeah,
Type of.
that's kind of the situation I'm at. Like, it's why bother even worrying about all of the different individual. That's why I haven't bothered with the farmers market.
Right.
Hello?
Hello. X-Man. I can hear his car. Oh, never mind.
All right, I'm here.
How's
That
it
was
going,
a
X-Man?
Hey, just give me a few minutes here.
Yeah, not a problem.
It was
I
what?
I swear there was more than just that. Like I said, I can't remember.
Okay, well, if you
I
do,
feel like an idiot for over that.
I think you'll survive. All right, so that's that. Oh, I gotta get some caffeine into me, and I gotta quit drinking soda. My doctor said, but that's the only way I get caffeine.
My doctor ever told me that we would have fighting words.
Oh, I will get rid of.
I was gonna say
I have to.
those fighting words.
No,
Mhm.
he's right though. I have to quit. I quit for a whole year once. Lost the most weight I ever lost. I
Yeah,
just gotta. He told me to drink black coffee, and I'm like, I can't stand black coffee.
I
Right.
can't stand coffee in general, let alone black coffee.
Right. I like coffee with my sugar.
Right.
Yep.
Alright, so that's that. That's that. Let me bring up.
As you guys can hear, X-Man is online and working on getting up and going, and once he is live, we will go over and raid X-Man.
Working on it. Getting there. I'm live now, but I got 5 minutes. Let me get everything organized here.
Yeah, take your time. We'll be over when you're ready.
They left me sit in the room for 15 minutes waiting for my tetanus shot.
Oh,
Fun,
those
fun.
are fun.
Oh, we'll find out later how fun they are. It's not bad now, but I bet you my arm will be sore later.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Give it till
Come
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
I just had one last week.
My wife says, "Why'd you get one?" I never get one. I'm like, "Cause I work with metals, and I poke myself all the time, so it's probably a good idea that I have it."
Yep, exactly. It's like me. I'm all I'm in construction typically, and rusty nails are a common thing. So it's they said your
I don't want
tetanus
to
is
take a
about to run
chance.
out. Yeah, okay, I'll take it. if it's
Yeah,
about
it's
to
kind of
run
what
out,
it.
I'll take it.
Well, mine was run out, and I'm like, "Well, you don't have to." I'm like, "Yeah, I better."
Mm. When you were a chef, all you drank was black coffee. Ugh. I don't know. Typically with me, when I drink coffee, it leaves an aftertaste, and it like upsets my stomach.
Well, it was like I tried it when I was in the army, and it's like drinking dirt. Like, ugh. I've had my
Yeah.
fair share of eating dirt when I was a child. I don't need to drink it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, especially in the army too. A lot of times they have those like instant coffee things that you end up with more grounds left in it than anything anyway.
Right. You
Uh,
stir the grounds in.
No, I'll switch to pills, caffeine pills, and then I'll get off of this soda.
Yep. Thank you for that follow, Gators29. I appreciate it. How are you doing this afternoon? Dirt tastes good unlike coffee.
That's just my personal opinion. I mean, anybody can. If you love coffee, that's good. I mean, I kind of wish I did. Then I wouldn't have all the extra calories from soda. So,
Well,
because
that
that's the only
is,
reason I'm drinking soda is because of the caffeine. I mean, I don't just drink it because it's that doesn't work that way with me. I could live without
yeah,
soda. I can't live without caffeine.
yeah. Yeah, no, in my case, I need some sort of caffeine, so it's usually I'll drink a Mountain Dew or something like that throughout the
Right.
day, but
Yeah.
that's good to hear, Gators.
Well, then I'm talking to the nurse in there, and I says, "Well, how was your holiday? I mean, you get together with your parents?" Well, we weren't sure about getting with my parents because the COVID. And I'm like, "How old are your parents?" She says 48, and I'm like, "What? You stayed away from your mom who's only 48? Come on!" I says, "Let me guess, you're 25," and that's what she was. And I'm like, "Wow."
Yeah, that's a little
I'm
that's a
like,
little much. Like
oh.
seriously?
Well, she did say her mom says that's the last time this is ever going to happen. She is not having a Christmas without people over.
Yeah, I could fully understand if her parents were in their 60s or 70s or something like that, but
But her mom is younger than me, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. I was like,
yeah,
no. Well, what do you guys thinking? I mean, my chance of survival is 99. My doctor even said that. For your age group, or our age group, because he's in that one too, and his is like 99.8 or 99.9% chance of living. But he did say get the vaccine, and I'm like, oh, I want you to say no, but
yeah,
he's recommending it too. But I'm like, what about it's a different vaccine? And he says it's good. Just get it. I have to get it too, even though he had COVID too. And that's what my other question was, if you already had COVID and proved you had COVID, why do you need the vaccine then? But so
yeah,
I don't know. He couldn't answer that
yeah.
question either. All right, here we go, guys. We are live. Let me go to my start screen.
Alrighty, we will be right over.
Alrighty.
Let's get this open and where did the flu go exactly? I joked with the nurse because I got a flu shot, and I was joking with the thank you for that follow OEO 2015. Appreciate it. I was joking. I says, "Oh, is that my get the COVID shot?" And she just looked at me. They gave me the seasonal flu shot. And I'm like, I said that. She was not amused. I thought it was hilarious.
All right.
Well, I was trying to be hilarious too, but they didn't seem to be laughing about it. But I'm like,
Right.
I mean, I did throw out statistics, and he threw them back at me, saying, "Yeah, you're right. You won't, you won't die from this." You're so I'm like, well, then
Yeah,
why are we in a pandemic?
yeah,
And he
yeah,
he could he
exactly.
can't say anything because his job. You know what I mean? He
Yeah,
can't give his real opinion. You could tell he wants to, but he can't.
yeah. Yeah, and of course, I mean, I knew it was the flu shot and it wasn't the actual COVID vaccine. Because I'm not at risk. I know there's not enough going around yet, but I did it as a joke, and she was not amused.
Oh, I don't get the flu shot. I have never got the flu shot unless, like I said, the only way I'm going to get a vaccine, and I told my wife today, is if we want to go on vacation somewhere where I have to fly, then I will get it.
Yep,
But otherwise, no.
yep. All right, we are coming over in a raid.
Alrighty. Yep, no sound. All right, now we have sound. Hey.